Hi everyone, it's me, Slash. Today is April 11th, 2023, and I'm on my way to work. And then after work, because I'm already gonna be very, very close to City Center, I figured, why not go and see the Super Mario Brothers movie? Yay! Okay, so in the elevator going down to the main floor after work, there's a showing at 4:30 and there's a showing at 4:45, so I should have plenty of time to get to either one of them. I think this is the first time it's rained here since winter, because sometimes you get freezing rain, but that's like a mixture between hail and snow, so that doesn't count. But this is the first time it's actually rained, so it's pretty nice out, nice and cool. I like rain, but it gets on my glasses, so I got this giant umbrella that I'm gonna have to remember to bring along and hopefully not forget in the theater, because this is the only one I have right now. I don't know if it's a normal thing for people to have like backup umbrellas, but I don't. Here we are inside the mall. Gotta go up to the second floor and then the third floor. Yay! We got plenty of time left though. I never noticed that there's a landmark sticker up there. I just memorized, the directions on how to get to the theater, so I never had to look at it, but yeah, there's a thing there saying that landmark is that way, which is not helpful if you already remember, like I do. This is like the 6th or 7th time that we've done this so far. I wonder what theater we're gonna be in. I'm pretty sure that we've always ever been in 1 or 4, so it'll be interesting if we get into a different one other than that. I hope it's open. It looks very quiet. Probably because it's a Tuesday afternoon. Let's hope that's why. At least at least there won't be a huge line. I did not know that they showed Bollywood movies here. Interesting. I'm not interested in seeing it, but it's interesting that they show those kind of movies here. So I'm a little too late to see the 4:30, but that's fine. I just got 15 minutes to kill because we're gonna go to the 4:45, and we are actually in a different theater. We are in number 8. So that's, I think, 3 out of the 8 theaters here that we've been in. Pretty sure 8. Where is 8? Where? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, it's over there on the other side of the bathrooms. Definitely haven't been in that one before. All right, now there's no line to get snacks, so I can go get my nachos in peace. Not that it was, unpeaceful beforehand, but you know what I mean. It's just the same. So I got my nachos and my drink, and then the guy up front when I bought my ticket gave me a free member card, which I can use to get free refills, but it only works on large drinks, and I got a medium because, whatever. So even if I did, I don't think I would ever want to come out of the movie just to get a refill, because, it's not worth it. But I do have my nachos, which I actually like a lot better than popcorn. They're not like the greatest nachos in the world, but they're pretty good. All right, so 4:45. The door to theater 8 is open, so I'm just going to assume that I can go in there now. Oh wait, they're all open, aren't they? No, wait. Oh yeah, no, they are all open. Whatever, I'll just go in because it's probably not going to be very crowded. People still aren't coming to movies nearly as often as they had been before. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, and then I will come back after the movie for the review like usual, and then that'll be the end of this episode. Okay, so after the movie, I liked it. I thought it was cute. There were a lot of little nods to Nintendo and other things that I kind of expected, but I liked the way that they were done. Like, one of my favorite things is how they gave the backstory of the Mario Brothers, which was always sort of just implied, or they told you like the bare bones version of it in like the instruction manuals for the older games, but they really were plumbers from Brooklyn who ended up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and I like how they showed that. And one of my favorite little nods to Nintendo was how before they became plumbers, they were working for that guy whose name I don't remember, but he worked for a thing that was just called Wrecking Crew. It wasn't like John's Wrecking. It was just called Wrecking Crew because, you know, Mario and Luigi were in that game. Interestingly, there was no mention of Jumpman, so maybe that was their dad, or maybe that is just like a separate character who just so happened to look like Mario. But I also liked how they got around something that I thought was going to be a problem, and something that I personally don't really like about a lot of movies, in that when somebody comes somewhere and they are the hero of a movie, a lot of the time they just become awesome as soon as they need to be, and there's usually not much training. They did show the training, but I like how they explained that everything that people can do in the Mushroom Kingdom, it was all based on the power-ups. So even Peach was able to kick ass because of the power-ups. Like, that's what makes him strong. That's what makes him be able to jump. And it also explains why he's short when he's not using the power-ups, even though that was also just implied, because all humans are that size. But I mean, even they even say that for humans, Mario and Luigi are pretty short. I'm not the biggest fan of the voice acting. Like, at the beginning, they had them doing the Italian accents that I would have expected, and I was actually kind of disappointed when I found out that they were just putting that on for the purposes of that commercial. Like, if they can go through the trouble of getting them to do those Italian accents for that, they might as well have just had them do it for the whole movie. But I liked this. I really like the movie. Peach is a badass in this movie. She's just awesome, and like totally not the damsel in distress that she's usually in the games. Like, there have been some instances in the games and other spin-off games that show that she can defend herself if she wants to, but she was a badass in this one. Anya Taylor-Joy did a really good job as her voice, and she was actually my favorite character in the movie. And I liked how they didn't go down like the stereotypical route of Mario and of how it was a love story. But I don't know, there was something missing. Like they covered a lot of stuff, and they told the story from start to finish, but I just feel like it was a little too fast-paced. Like, I thought that they could have like fleshed out a little bit of things. Like, they showed the Yoshis and they showed like all these other places, but they didn't really go to very many places, and everything just kind of resolved itself very quickly, and it seemed like the movie was basically just trying to get its way to the end as quickly as possible. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just a very fast-paced movie, and I think they could have done a lot more with it, especially considering how good the graphics looked. Can you say graphics if it's a video? Like, does graphics work for an animated movie? Whatever. I was actually surprised at how many of the voice actors were people that I knew, but did not recognize them. Like, I did not recognize Jack Black until after I saw his name in the credits, because I forgot that he was cast, and Charlie Day was Luigi. Luigi in the movie, he was good. I liked him, but I was hoping that he would be a little bit more like he was in the games, in particular Luigi's Mansion. Like, he wasn't as brave as Mario, but he wasn't like that funny coward either, and I wish they would have brought a little bit of that in there. Bowser was just like super generic and evil and didn't really have a lot of development. But I liked how they showed the softer side to him, in that he actually is in love with Peach, and I thought that was kind of a cute situation to be in. But it was kind of like, on one hand, he is evil and he is not a good person, but on the other hand, he just wanted to be happy, and then in that way, Mario completely crushed his dreams. But I don't know, it's just, there were a couple of things here and there that I just thought were kind of underwhelming. Like they used the kart races, and they used like Rainbow Road, and they made references to a lot of things, but not much of them stay. And they used the cat suit, but there were so many other Mario power-ups that we could have seen, and we didn't get to see them. But you know, like, that's all kind of there. I think this was more for kids. There's a guy walking up the down escalator over there. Oh, you missed it. They were just doing it while I was talking, but I was so zoomed out. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was really good, and it was kind of weird seeing the Mario and Luigi's parents, because that's never something that they saw, and especially because some games, in particular, I think it's the Mario and Luigi games and then Yoshi's Island, kind of imply that Mario and Luigi in one iteration of them were actually born in the Mushroom Kingdom and are the Star Children, along with Peach, Donkey Kong, and a few other people. So it's kind of like two different ways that the story goes, and they went with the one that was more logical. But I like how they did a lot of world building in Brooklyn at first, and I was not expecting things to end up back there for the final battle. So that was really fun. But Mario and Luigi, their ages are indeterminate because of the fact that they're animated, but their parents look like they're maybe like the same age as them. But that's not something that's like super important. But there were also just a lot of other people that we don't know who they are, because I always thought that it was just Mario and Luigi and then their mom and their dad. But there was a lot of other people, and they never said who those people were. But anyway, I would give the movie maybe a 7 out of 10. I did really enjoy it, and I thought it was cute, and I also really liked how, because Shigeru Miyamoto was involved, and how they used they used like normal songs like Take On Me, and I think they used Thunderstruck at one point in the movie. There was some pretty good songs, but I also liked how they were taking how Brian Tyler did the music, but they used some of the music from the original games, and then some of it was like a rendition of that. So I really liked the music, and it felt very authentic. So yeah, I think there could be a sequel in there. Oh, and I really like how they dealt with Bowser, and they even like foreshadowed it a little bit, but it was something that I didn't think could lead to anything, so it wasn't really something that I thought of. But they showed that they talked about the mini mushrooms, and then at the end they make Bowser eat one, and they trap him in a little jar, and then that's it. But I like that. I thought it was cute, and thought it was an interesting way of dealing with him, because they can't really defeat him permanently. And then at the end, it seemed like they were actually still in New York, but then they opened their door, and it's like, oh, they've moved to the Mushroom Kingdom, so maybe there could be sequels, like how they're doing Sonic sequels. I still haven't seen the Sonic movie, because I'm not the biggest Sonic fan. I might watch it, but then there's 2 of them, and I don't know if they're going to make a 3rd. But yeah, I think a 7 out of 10 is good. If you're a fan of Mario, or if you're a fan of just video games in general, I think you should check this out. It's a pretty harmless movie that you'll get a chuckle or 2 out of. So that's all the time I have for this episode of the Slash Raptor Show. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you right back here in the very near future for more stuff. Bye. Oh, and I did remember my umbrella. See ya.